see you got a...
While searching for the witch Ciri had quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend, Kira Metz. The sorceress told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Kira in tow. Ciri had never reached the elven mage, yet the wild hunt had. The ghostly retinue was one step ahead of Geralt, or so it seemed. The Witcher felt that all was lost, until Kira gave him a new lead. The Crones of Crookback Bog.
Medallion's humming. Place of power, it's gotta be. Solved your problem. Just in case, though, avoid the Whispering Hillock for a while.
Cannot be. There's something lurking there.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
What have you done?
Didn't have to fight anything or anyone. I simply freed the spirit.
You did what? Freed the evil so it can prowl the world as it will?
Did what had to be done.
And if it returns?
Ask the ladies of the wood to help. The Crones, or the ladies of the wood as you call them, said to remind you about payment. Take it you know what they want?
Aye, I do. Give me the dagger. Be back soon. There's payment. Take it to the ladies, will you?
What the hell was that?
'Tis our pact. You're a stranger, you don't know life here. It's honest pay for their protection.
So, all those ears in the woods.
Put it out your mind, master. You soon be leaving and we must tarry on, our young'uns and their young'uns after 'em. No gods nor masters watch over Velen. The land is no man's. He who wants to survive must seek his own protectors.
your weapon, young man.
He's even lovelier in real life.
In real life, you're different than you were in the tapestry.
Well, bring it here.
You can bring it, not ugly.
You disobeyed us once more.
We are forgiving creatures, but you allowed the children to escape.
They never wanted to flee. They liked it here. They played.
Your punishment must be harsh. Now silence! We must speak to the white-haired one.
I know that mark. This is Anna, the wife of the Baron of Crow's Perch.
She belongs to no man.
A fruit ripened in her womb. A fruit sprouted from seeds sown by a man she detested.
We helped her. She agreed to serve. She bears the mark. She is ours. Come. It is another woman who interests you. Speak, white-haired one.
You looked different in the tapestry.
We're all dressed up just for you. If you only knew how much time we spent in front of the glass.
Do you desire us?
You know why I'm here. You know what I want.
You shall dream of us and return for what you reject. They always come back.
Our deal. I did my part, now you do yours.
A word once given, we never break. The girl. Mousy blonde. That's what they call it.
Thin as a rail, terrified, exhausted. She could barely stand, the poor thing.
We cared for her as best we could. Like she was our own daughter.
Wasted affection. She proved a very naughty girl.
Mischievous, stubborn, and selfish.
The young woman I seek never hurt anyone without cause.
You've not seen her long. She's changed for the worse.
Why'd she attack you?
She's no longer the girl you once knew. Wrath consumes her.
Don't believe you. They say you always keep your word, so tell me everything, exactly as it happened.
We shall tell you, brave boy. We knew someone special was alive. We read beast entrails, saw the omens.
We would glimpse her likeness, a mirage in a blood.
She came from the lower swamp. We knew not at first it was her the omens had spoken of.
A child of the elder blood, the soul seed that will burst into flame.
She fell into our hands. Elder blood!
The blood of the traitress. Does she sleep?
Like a lamb.
Come, sisters, no point in dawdling. The table's set. The cauldron bubbles.
We cannot. You know she is meant for him.
Imlerith will get her. He will, but not whole.
Well said. We'll just have a sample.
I'll take her feet. Lovely. Plump. Perfect for a broth.
I can taste it already. Very well. Get on with it!
You'll regret that, girl. Regret it dearly.
Come back! Come back! Come back! Yes, come.
Tried to kill her. Tried to butcher her like an animal and eat her.
Her blood. The taste brought back memories of our youth.
Elder blood. Extraordinary girl. But you know that.
Such a shame she fled.
You tried to kill her. Can't forgive you for that.
Waste of words.
Our fates are bound true. But now is not the time for that to bear fruit.
Now you shall chase shadows and wander midst fog.
Each time you see her, she will be a mirage.
And if you find her, the girl will die.
Seeing you, handsome knight.
Got their asses whipped like a Novigrad whore.
You surprised? They tried to dance with a witcher.
Where'd he come from anyway?
Well, how should I know? You so curious? Ask him yourself.
If it weren't for our Pharaoh...
Take the work, my man.
The gods sent me.
Half bad. Brought home a bucket of peelings yesterday. The feast we had. He's not scared.
You're lifeless. Move it.
Can't seem to catch my breath.
What's the rush?
Try some goose. Stinks of God in cont.
I'm listening. What do you come to me with?
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
I'm always in the mood for Gwent.
Let's lay him down.
not complete shite, but you really should work. I'm listening. Lad. You won. A man's only as good as his word. take the card. I fear Velen's short on worthy opponents. Boat builder in Oroton might be one. There was also an old soothsayer. Lived east of here, near the windmill, last I heard. There's a lad, about as reasonable as an old mare, but he plays a devilish hand. In fact, I don't rightly know that you're ready for him. I'm listening. What do you come to me with?
Got news of your wife.
Plowing hell, why'd you not say so forthwith? Where is she? Why have you not returned with her?
She's in Crookback Bog. Got food, a place to live, and keeps herself busy. Didn't look like she had the slightest desire to leave.
You were to bring her back, not report on the conditions she lives under.
I was supposed to find her, and I did. That was our deal, nothing more.
You still think me rotten to the core. A base bastard, don't you? You believe I alone am at fault for what happened here.
Doesn't matter what I believe.
Yet, looking at you, I see contempt. Can't speak for the world you witches inhabit, but in ours, nothing is ever black and white.
Probably gonna say you're not the only one to blame. All right then, I'm willing to hear your side of the story.
With Annie, it was love at first sight. A spear tore through my shoulder at the Battle of Anchor. She tended to my wound. Once I'd recovered, I asked her to marry me. She wept with joy. Soon after, Tamara was born. And after that, they sent me to Sidaris. A warlord had risen against King Ethan, and Foltest sent help. It was one battle to the next, one conflict after another. It was a life of war. I was seldom home, and I found comfort in drink. Grew so fond of hooch, I couldn't part with it when I did get home.
All right. What then?
I went from front to front, battle to battle, collecting soldiers' coin, while Anna sat alone with the babe for months. Later, I learned she'd not been so alone after all. For nearly 3 years, she'd found comfort in the arms of one Evan, a childhood friend, a dog's bunghole. Understand, damn it? One tussle in the hay I'd have waved aside, put it out of my mind. But the woman cuckolded me for years, without a whisker of concern for me, for my love.
How'd you find out?
Came home one day and Anna was gone. Her things, too. Found a letter. She wrote that she didn't love me. That she'd left me for that knob licker and taken Tamara with her. Felt like I'd been rammed in the arse by a horse. I went to find the bugger, to get the girls back, bring them home. Yet soon as I saw him, something turned inside me, something dark. I slaughtered the shit-eating twat and fed his carcass to the dogs.
Imagine Anna wasn't exactly pleased.
Ha! Bloody understatement if I've ever heard one. She flew into a fit, hysteria, threw herself at me, kicking and clawing. Finally grabbed a knife. It would have been the end of me if I'd not leapt aside. It was the first time I hit her. I had to calm her. Felt I had no other means. things changed. They would never be the same. Anna tried to take her own life, and mine, several times. She would prod me, goad me, taunt me, in the hope I would hit her again, perhaps. She'd scream that I'd robbed her life of love, that I'd destroyed the idea for her and so might as well kill her. How many times I apologised. How many armfuls of blooms and gifts I brought. She cared not a bit. 2 years of her anger had turned to indifference, broken at times by her bouts of hysteria and my bouts of drunkenness. Cannot fathom how we survived those years, but we did. Though as you know now, not everything was as it might have seemed.
You're right. Faults on both sides, yours and hers.
I'm content that you finally see that. Very well then. If you won't bring Anna home, you might at least tell me how she landed in that blasted swamp.
Your wife is with the crones, as their servant.
What the fuck do you mean? What crones?
Ones who live in Crookback Bog.
Oh, I've heard folk speak of them, and thought it naught but tales to scare the children with. How on earth did she land there?
They fled by night. They were riding past the forest when a beast serving the crones attacked them and abducted Anna.
A beast? Bloody hell. And Tamara? Was she hurt?
No.
Oh, thank the gods for that. So, Annie? What happened to her?
The creature carried her deep into Crookback Bog. Didn't harm her, though. In fact, Anna seems content there.
Content? What is this tripe, Witcher? What in bloody blazes is she doing in that swamp?
She made a pact with the crones and... well, I think she might have lost her mind.
A pact? What the bloody hell?
She was with child, a child she didn't want to bear. Went to the crones for help. They promised to rid her of the problem in exchange for a year of her service. And they kept their word, in their own twisted way.
What do you mean?
Anna must have thought the child inside her would somehow disappear. Instead, the crones sapped her of strength, and ultimately forced her body to miscarry. I think that's when she started to lose her mind. Then they placed magic tethers on her, tethers that cause great pain when tested. A guarantee she'll pay off her debt.
A pact with witches? Bloody nightmare, sounds like some jest. We must get her out. We can't leave her there.
Venturing into the swamp, even with armed men, is just a bad idea. It's a dangerous place inherently, and I think those crones are a greater threat than anyone realizes.
I'll not sit on my arse waiting for them to return her. Would you wait? Count on their mercy if they had your daughter?
Probably not, but I'm a witcher.
And I'm a husband and a father who's fucked up his life and the lives of his loved ones. I'll gather my men, go there and retrieve Anna.
We had a deal. I've done my part. Your turn to do yours.
A word once given. Now, what did I last...
Basilisk. It had just attacked you.
Ah, right. Gargantuan. One solid brute. Right in front of us. I thought we'd breathed our last.
Watch out!
If I don't survive this, you're to take whatever you want from the fortress.
You'll survive!
Let's show this bastard what we're worth!
Damn it! I can't leave him like that.
You have everything?
Yes, thank you.
What you did for me, I shall never forget it.
You helped me as well. When your man brought me here. You fed me, cared for me, had my wounds looked after. We're even now.
You needn't leave. You're in good company here. We'll always have a warm corner for you.
I must leave. Wraiths pursue me. The Wild Hunt. I was foolish to use the power. They're sure to have caught my scent.
The Wild Hunt? Pursuing you?
I'll endanger all of you by remaining here. You must tell the people to bar their doors and windows. And no one is to wander the night.
And you? Where do you think you're going?
Now, I ride for Novigrad. And then, who knows where.
She mounted and rode off. It grew awfully empty without her.
Redanian armies blocked the Pontar crossing, yet you sent Ciri to Novigrad.
She was looking for a sorceress, and all of them are in Novigrad. Besides, I didn't leave her at the Redanians' mercy. I gave her a letter of safe conduct.
Who was the letter to?
No one. It was like this one. Show that to those pricks at the crossing, and they'll let you pass.
This for me?
See no reason to make things harder for you. You seek your child, this letter will help.
Where'd you get these letters?
Haven't always led this pack of jesters. Served in the Temerian army once.
Redanians guard the crossing.
True. But with a bit of fame and a friend here and there, well, banners and heraldry don't mean so much.
So there's a chance Ciri's still in Novigrad. Thanks for helping her.
It's nothing. Now you've learned what you wanted to know, you must be in a hurry. But, if you could...
Spit it out.
I want to go get Anna. Free her, bring her back. I don't believe she's there willingly.
Must have not heard me. Any journey into the swamp is suicide.
I heard you, which is why I could use your aid. I've no more tales of Ciri to offer you, but go with me and I'll be generous with what I do have. Very generous.
Extra coin never hurt.
Ha! True indeed. I'll round up my men and ride to Downwarren. You can join us there.
Fine. Sounds good.
Dare you! Escape. Sorry, we was never here.
What was that?
You tell me. Man or monster? My men call him Uma and say he's a beast, but he seems a man to me. Just hideous as Ardle's shit.
Uma? Strange name.
Aye, strange. But he gave us no other.
You mean he can talk?
Hardly. It was like this. I asked what they called him. He sat there, not saying a thing, trying to stick a toe up his nose. So I grabbed his hand, looked him in the eyes, and asked, "What's your name?" Gave me this damn foolish look and stammered, "Oh, Uma?" And it stuck.
Doesn't look like a monster, but my medallion's trembling. Strange. Where'd you find him?
Funny story, actually. I won him in a game of cards.
Must have been pretty desperate to play for that.
Ah, quit your carping, smartass. Someone wagered him, and we played. If anyone was desperate, it was the bugger's former master.
Funny story. How so?
Went to Novigrad once, to rest, indulge in the city's pleasures. Stayed at a tavern, and some folk there were playing, so I joined in. Cards were kind that day. Had one devilish hand after another. Robbed the whoresons blind. One fellow, a merchant, took it especially hard. He'd gambled away everything he'd brought from Skellige. Wanted terribly to play another hand, so I agreed. Asked him what he had to wager, and he showed me that sideshow. Not much in it for me, but fuck it, I thought. I'll give the man a chance to win something back. Luck was not with him, and Uma wound up here at Crow's Perch. End of story.
Hilarious. Real side splitter.
Oh, you wouldn't know a good tale from a runny fart.
Proper baron now. Even got a jester.
Aye, though I feel something's not right with him.
How so?
Well, he seems more beast than man. But there's wisdom, cunning in the bastard's eyes. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Ever run into anything like him?
No, but he doesn't look dangerous.
I guess that's that. Doesn't eat much, so as long as he's no trouble, the boys might as well have some diversion.
Time I was on my way. So long.
Farewell. I hope you find your daughter. And prove a good father to her.
I'll tell you where the loot's at. they'd split the loot between them long ago. At least that's what I
You, white
and
one,
you.
think your
Shut
two
it
swords
now.
could take on a full team? Who?
Wouldn't mind a look at you.
But he paid a steep price for them gifts. Left ear's gone.
Hey-ya!
You, white one, look like you got soused last night, too.
You're leafless, move it!
Can't seem to catch my breath. I think
You seek trouble?
Quite the work my man's got, eh? Not half bad. Brought home a bucket of peelings yesterday. Feast we had.
Got their asses whipped like a Novigrad whore.
You surprised? They tried to dance with a witcher.
Where'd he come from?
Move it!
What happened to your mug?
Sent my young'uns to pick mushrooms yesterday.
To the woods. Alone.
You know how it is. I've too many mouths to feed.
Slow now.
The brushwood yesterday.
What was that about?
What's become of me in me elder years? Refused a roof over me head by a common churl. I was born a noble's daughter. My brother and I, we managed the manor for years.
What happened to him?
A caller came one day. A drifter, a hunter. It wasn't long before we fell in love and wed. We prepared to leave the manor. My brother, he took offence, refused to bid me farewell. Years on I returned, but found no sign of him. Folk claimed monsters had infested our home, come to nest there.
Think I've been there. Don't need to worry about monsters anymore.
I thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. I haven't a coin to reward you, but... Here, take this. It opens a chest. What's there is yours.
What'll that leave you with?
A roof over my head is all I need. And if it comes to it, I've other heirlooms to sell. But I know you witchers don't work for free. I could never let you go without honest pay. Gods keep you.
If only me man were forever tossed at the tavern.
Run, Roach.
There's an elven burial ground in the caverns nearabouts mid pass, and an evil monsters roaming about.
I see beasties are. Like winter.
Try to win them all. You go.
Let's end this. Let's end this.
Your ass is mine.
You're not too late to surrender.
Rippy soldier! Your arse is...
Ciri's a witch hunter and chases old
Hey,
crones.
man. Man.
What?
Got anything interesting? Farewell.
Just hope my man finds some more.
Greetings.
Wouldn't... Farewell. Run, Roach. Well, come on. Must be the manor the old woman mentioned.
For what you did, I must thank you again. I promised you a reward. Do you remember? It remains in the barn, in the chest.
Managing all right? Hope there wasn't too much monster damage.
A bit. Though time, I think, was the greater culprit. But I don't let it worry me. I spent my youth in this house. Restoring its splendor will be a pleasure, not a burden.
Hope this proves a peaceful home.
Farewell, Witcher. And do take care of yourself.
door this opens. Somebody lived here once. Dolores. Something here. A chest. Magic. A place of power.
what's happened here. Some sort of blasted vendetta.
My lord.
A beauty? What the devil do you mean?
The great mare. A horse fiend. Folk done went mad. Lunged at each other. Murdering all neighbours or young'uns.
It's the spirit of the forest, taking revenge on those who sought its demise, driving them mad.
Geralt! Good, you've arrived. I've trouble drawing any sense from their canting. Should give 'em a taste of the whip to bring 'em in line, 'cause...
My lord, 'tis what they said too. About the mare, meaning... That is the forest's dark ghost.
Who claimed so?
The witch hunters passed through just now, heading for the village in the swamp. Some lass was leading them, asking after her mother.
Lass? We must go there at once, Geralt.
Gotta prepare.
Prepare now? Oh. Ah, do what you will. I shall
meet you at the Crone's Village.
Fall in! With the swamp to cross and those cursed crones to hunt down. Ploughing swamp. Pox-ridden air promotes brain rot in the peasants. Crones, fuck me. What will these hayseeds think of next?
The Crones exist. You'll know that soon enough.
Right. More likely some mad old wenches making mincemeat of peasant minds. Likely Anna agreed to stay with them. Care for them out of the kindness of her heart. Good as gold, that one. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here!
Hard fight. Tough going. Aye, haven't seen that many all at once in a while. We shouldn't have been here. Got no business traipsing about. And it's the one time we could have no... That fair talking? Through you? Brawny bird? Who? Me? Here? None of your lot. All right, boys, let's move on. Have pace. Show these horrors who's in charge. like that come from? A wench that's had too much hooch turns into that. So next time you think to give a woman booze, don't. Or else you're gonna do yourself.
Why are you here?
Witcher, change your mind. How much did my father pay you?
Don't think you have anything to fear. Brought your new friends with you.
I have no fear, for the eternal fire protects me.
Won't need to protect you from me.
Tamara, dear daughter, you return after all. Come, don't deny me this embrace.
Stay away from me. I've come for Mother. Unlike you, I'll not see her rot in this swamp.
Why the hell do you think I'm here? To take her home?
Oh, you'll do no such thing. You'll not lay a finger on her. Never. I'll not let you.
You've a right to be cross. I was not the best husband, the best father, I know. But I've changed. Ask anyone. Geralt, come, tell her.
Your father, he wants to find his wife, your mother. Really.
He pay you much to be his yes man.
Verily I say unto you that ire and vehemence can lead to naught but one's downfall.
Who the bloody hell is this?
And who are you to ask so crudely?
This is my commander.
And that should be of no concern to a drunken swine.
Tamara, you stand with their kind now. Perhaps you'd have them torture and hang your own father.
You're not my father, and I care not a bit what befalls you.
I remind you we've a matter to resolve here. Witcher, will you help us?
Wouldn't be here if I wasn't willing.
I've lost 5 men and have little notion of what else to expect in this cursed place.
No time to lose. Crones could return any minute.
Ha! How do you know they're not here already?
'Cause we're still alive.
Search the village!
Don't.
Over here!
Mother?
Is that her? No.
Impossible. We must do something.
something! Witcher!
Something's coming. Get ready.
What was that?
Wolves? Perhaps.
Didn't sound like wolves.
Because it wasn't. Get ready.
What was that? Looked a fiend to me.
Crones have sensed us. They know we're close. Sent the beast for Anna.
Those damned witches! When will it end? Look what they've done to her. Are they not satisfied? Just look at her. Witcher, you know of these things. You must. What's wrong with her?
Easy. Shouting won't help. Calm down.
Simple for you to say. How can I? That's my mother. Understand?
He's on our side. Let him think. Witcher, do you know what is wrong with the woman?
Last I was here, she was nothing like this. Crones must have cursed her.
Can you lift this curse?
Not till I know what it is.
She can't have lived here alone. Perhaps there's someone else. Someone who saw something.
Maybe Johnny.
Who?
A boy, a hermit. Lives in the swamp. Came around here from time to time. He might have seen something.
We must find him.
Doesn't like strangers. You wait here. I'm better off going alone.
We'll deal with the witches, then we'll come for you.
Johnny. Johnny. Not here. Something's not right. Gotta look around. Might be hiding nearby. Fresh footprints. Johnny ran through here, fleeing something. Johnny, wake up.
What? Who? Oh, Witcher! You frightened me. What were those vile hags?
Killed a few near your den.
The crone sent them to punish me.
Get on the crone's bad side?
I told them off. They don't like it when you tell them off.
Why'd you do it?
Wanted to help Gran. She's always been good to the children. What would have been the doldrums out here without him? She'd have died of boredom. Begged the crones not to hurt Gran, but they were angry she'd let the children escape.
So you saw what happened to Gran?
By happenstance, Gran mixed some poppy seed and ash. Went by to help her sort it out. Mother Nature gave me small hands, see? So I can do it easy like. Working away we was, separating seeds from dust. Out of nowhere, Gran cried out. The mark on her hand started glowing. She yelled at me to hide. I crawled into a chest. Barely had time to blink before the crones totted in. The weavess snipped a lock of Gran's hair. Called it punishment for letting the children escape. Then the hags opened the door in the floor. Went down. Down, down. Shame it weren't all the way to hell.
Why'd the weavess need Gran's hair? Any idea?
The crones take folks' ears to hear all. Hair gives them power over folks' lives. There are times they weave the hair into odd strings. Other times they take it downstairs.
Take a look under the door?
I look like a fool to you?
No. You do look like the inquisitive type, though.
My inquisitiveness ends where folly begins.
Stay in the chest until the crones left?
Wanted to. Sit tight and quiet, said to myself. Not peep out your beat till they go. But then Gran fell to the floor. Started screaming and tearing her hair out. Didn't know what to do. So I leapt out of the chest. Thought herbs might help her. The ones she cured the children's aches with. But Gran was no longer herself. She was a beast.
So, you give her the herbs?
Couldn't manage it. The crones came back. I dropped to my knees and begged them to spare Gran. Bruess piped up first. Naughty boy. Oh, naughty. Shouldn't say no when the sisters want to hear yes. Then the Wispess says, run, boy, run before your legs rot off. They all laughed and I legged it.
You escaped. Consider yourself lucky.
I do. But I've not lost the ladies for long. If I'm to live, I must hide. I can forget my cozy hole. It's the first place they'll look if they set out to nab me.
Try deeper in the swamp, maybe?
I suppose I must. And what will you do?
There's something in that cellar. The key to finding out what happened to Gran, I think.
Will you help her?
Provided it's not too late. Thanks, Johnny. And good luck to you.
Likewise. And if you happen on any water hags, give them a nice fat walloping on me behalf. Farewell, Witcher.
That's it, Roach.
Go, go.
Did you learn anything?
Just as I thought. The crones probably cursed your mother. Took a lock of her hair, then disappeared down the stairs. Cellar under the house. Cellar door is hidden.
In that case, we've no time to lose. Come.
I work alone.
This matter concerns us all.
We don't know what's in there. Your men'll make a lot of noise. More than I'll make alone.
I am the Church of Eternal Fire's agent in these lands. It is my duty to go with you.
Fine. Just you then. The rest stay here with Anna. Let me go in first. Give you a shout if I find anything interesting.
So be it. Let's begin.
Got him.
By the Eternal Fire. I've never seen so many before.
Looks unsavory. What is all this?
The trappings of a black magic ritual. Witches weave human hair through dolls they first curse. They gain a grasp on individual souls this way.
Think one of the dolls represents Anna? Can we free her if we find it?
It's the only way I know of. But there are risks involved. The items woven into the dolls, see them? They symbolize the individuals the dolls are meant to represent. We must find the doll that is Anna and take it from here.
Seem to know a lot about this.
From tomes on black magic. Initially, we burned any that we found. Recently, we decided it might be wise to read them first.
Poisoning your minds with magic? Superstition? What's the hierarch think of that?
Have you met the man?
No.
Neither have I.
This risk you mentioned. Take it we only get one shot at choosing the right doll.
I'll not chance it. I did not know Anna. You've learned much of her. Should find it easier to choose.
All right. Let's take a look at these dolls. This is interesting.
A doll with a flower. What's so interesting in that?
Not just any flower. A violet hollyhock. Baron once told me it was Anna's favorite flower.
You believe this to be the doll?
Might very well be, but I can't be sure. Should look at the others. Red bead attached to this one. Anna wears a string of those around her neck.
As do half the women from Novigrad to Vengerberg. This cannot be the one.
All right. I'll look at the others. Bird feathers woven into this one. If I had to bet on it, I'd say this doll represented Philippa.
Philippa Eilhart, if that's true, then...
Relax. First name that came to mind, that's all. Philippa's way too clever for the crones to have snared her in some trap. Besides, we're not here for Philippa. We're here to save Anna. And I can't think of any link between her and bird feathers.
That might seem obvious. But what if it's a ruse, and this doll, in fact, symbolizes Anna?
Doubtful. Crones would have no reason to employ trickery here. Should look at the others. Human ear attached to this one.
Belonged to one of the peasants, doubtless. Anna still has both her ears.
Let's look at the others. This is interesting.
A doll with a flower. What's so in...
Not just any I'm sure it is. Taking it.
Quick, outside!
Mum, you're back. All will be well. You're going to be fine.
Tammy, I'm dying.
She's not well, raving, doesn't rightly know what's happening. You're weak yet. You must rest.
No. Listen to me. The crones. I was to be their beast to the end, forever. You broke their spell. But now I must go.
What's she talking about, Witcher?
The crones deceived us. Their curse is a death sentence. No way to lift it, at least not in a way that would let Anna live. We broke their spell temporarily, partly. Now it's gotta run its course.
What? What does that mean?
She's dying.
It's good to see you together.
I'm sorry, Annie. For everything. I'm sorry.
Mother.
Tammy, do you remember that day on the Inner?
Of course. Those plums are so sweet. And your dress so blue. You wove me a wreath of flowers. We laughed the day away.
Please, remember me like that.
No!
I thank you. They had a chance to say goodbye. It was your doing.
Shame I couldn't do more.
Come, child. The eternal fire will soothe your pain.
Leave me be. Your pay will await you at Crow Perch. Collect it there.
None of this was your doing.
I know. Leave me alone!
Let's give her a moment to gather her wits. Once she is calm.
Yes, sir. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe go
Witcher.
fuck yourself. Got their asses whipped like a Novigrad whore.
You surprised? They tried to dance with a witcher.
Where'd he come from anyway?
Well, how should I? You so curious?
So, listen to me.
Move it!
Who dared to burn the...
What the hell happened?
Hanged himself. Plain enough to see.
Himself? Or did you boys help him?
Fuck'd you take me for? A murderer? He was what he was. A right bastard. But I respected him.
If I'm to choose between a greater and lesser evil, I'd rather not choose at all. Usually, though, the stakes are just too damn high. Sometimes in choosing a greater evil, you do good, albeit in a small way. When I chose to save the orphans of the swamp, I couldn't know Anna would die, and I never thought the Baron would leave his wife where she lay, find a rope and hang himself. Most times, you make your choice and never look back.
Lost everything he cared for. No surprise he lost the will to live.
Don't look too concerned, you and your boys.
What would you have us do? Sit and wail? Baron was a good soldier, but settling in here at Crow's Perch, it made him soft. We'll introduce a new order. Things will be different now.
I imagine they will.
Fancy again?
Show me what you got. See ya. Wouldn't mind a look at your stock. So long. Giddy up.
The gods sent you.
You're so fucked up.
Tell us where your boy
Luck
is.
came out.
You prepare.
Come on, closer. Damn it. Knickers surface here, dig their way out. long you gonna make me wait? Neckar's surface here. Dig their way out. Neckar's surface here. Dig their way out.
We'll flail your skin off. Rip his stones off! He's ours! The cunt's ours! We'll flail your skin off. Don't let him catch his breath!
Leave me be. White Wolf. Didn't expect...
We know each other?
Not personal, like, though I've seen ye many times. I've a gift. I see the future. Yours as well.
But not for free, I guess.
I don't ask much, if you've a bite to eat.
Been having these visions long?
Since I were a tyke. Me mother took me to the village witch once. I fells into a cauldron full of some magic brew.
Mm-hmm. Seriously?
If I'm to tell it serious, 'twere as a youth that I got hit in the back of me head with a rock. Started seeing more than others.
Wanted to ask you.
I play Gwent.
You a mind reader?
The good gods did bless me with some precognition. I say some, 'cause it's select. Not a bird'll ever shit on me, but all my foresight's never helped me win a Gwent.
Let's lay him out.
so is the soothsayer's lot. I know where to find the finest slippery jacks this fall, but how to play and not lose, that I'll never know. A beautiful win. Take this card. You deserve it.
Know of any others who play Gwent?
You've but one opponent worth your while in Velen, in the village of Midcops. They calls him Haddy. He's a tyke. Barely a handful of summers to him, but don't let that fool ye. Oh, you're back.
Here.
Thank ye. A fine offering. Well worth a foretelling.
All right. Let's hear it.
I see a white wolf. He looks on as the great viper bites and devours the silver lily. He wants to spring. He wants to fight. But the serpent is quicker. The lily must perish.
That's not the future. Lived through that. And you probably heard about it in some ballad.
My third eye grows foggier the older I become. But if you bought me some dragon's root...
Rare plant.
Rare indeed. But it did once grow in a cave southeast of here.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Wild hunt take them all.
My fortune treats us with kindness.
Dragon's root. Wonder if it can really help the old man see the future.
Hiya!